can't hear you.
Nearly.
Welcome to Toffee TV. It is live at 5:33. There you go.
Because we've just done
Some
AOB.
Just done a bit of AOB-age. You know what I mean? Won't ruin it for you. It might contain wax. I mean, not literally contain
No,
wax.
sadly. Or happily. Whichever way you want to look at it.
Whichever way you want to look at it.
Whichever way. Gary Ward first in again. Woo! At the siren. He's the man.
That's the campus side. Never is.
I know, but we were just talking about I want to run to you. Adam Galloway says, all right, lads, shout out to that Tom Davis interview today. Top bloke, him and Gomez at West Ham. He was fantastic. It's a brilliant interview. Pedro hasn't watched it yet. But
no, I haven't had a chance. I've been busy.
Really good.
Stuff.
Really good. Check it out.
I will.
Obviously, World Mental Health Day today, and that's part of it. So brilliant. Listen, the lad is class, no matter what anyone says about him. As a young footballer, he's absolutely brilliant human being. He's a wonderful human being, as Brendan would say. Great lad. Seems like what you see is what you get with him. And listen, he should have well been playing in our midfield of late, because our midfield of late has been garbage. So, there you go. Simon Rouse says, evening, damn you, Gary Ward, getting the first one in again. Steve Kelly says, all right, lads, hope you are both well. Good news about the stadium. Some good news this week. At last, there is good news.
I think they've done that. I think they've definitely done that on purpose, just to, because of things that have happened. Or
well, that's fine.
And that's good. That's good, though. That's what you want. You want proactiveness. You want the club to respond. You know, they might have been sitting on that information, and it might have been planned to come out at a different time, but they probably thought, you know what? It's there. There's, people are saying stupid things, so let's nip it in the bud. That's all we ask for, to be proactive when these things need to be sorted out, instead of just letting the crap drag on to where it shouldn't be. It's
people fill the void when there's no information with nonsense.
Good player in Holland, him. Fill the
void. He's good. Yeah, operate. Can play the six and the
plays in the hole.
Yeah, or the hole. He can play anywhere at the void. Yeah. And sometimes when you're devoid of all kinds of activity,
fill the void.
Fill the void in.
Stick him in the number 10.
Koeman, I'd love them. Yeah. Number 10s. Russell Smith says, evening, I can never listen to Live at 5, but I will still try to send in questions when I can and listen later. Are you guys planning a phone-in show?
Yeah.
We are planning it. I mean, it's on PED, to be honest.
It's on the list.
It's on the list.
We've got plans, but we're just working stuff out.
We're working through the plans, though.
We've got plans. This doesn't just create itself.
We have got plans. We have got things we need to be doing, to be honest.
Yeah.
We're going to go back to you. Do it, Ped.
We're going to go back to you. The people.
That's what we're going to do with some things that you want to see. Because we're always... It's
the big
your
one.
channel.
AOB's got to be the big one. People have got to start giving us AOB stuff to talk about.
No, that's the thing, but I mean, I'm talking about any new stuff that people want. It's your channel, so essentially we'll try to do as much as we can.
You pay the bills.
For you, you're the patrons.
You pay the bills.
Certainly do.
So,
So, yeah, hopefully, Russell, a phone-in show. Because I think, to be honest, I think a phone-in show would be brilliant.
I think...
Once...
Yeah, my laptop will not be able to handle a phone-in show. Let's get that right now. So, I'm trying to sort out the Macs to do the magic that gets the shows on screen. I mean, you can probably see mine's a bit choppy. I don't even know why. I don't know why mine's choppy. This is the thing. From one day to the next, you don't know what you're going to get.
It's more like internet.
I don't know. It's not. It's a
Isn't
CPU. The CPU's on 84%.
What's that one doing? That's still processing the last thingy.
Which? No.
That Mac there.
No. It can't. I've been trying with yours to get that, and I'm going to do it.
Software on that. Yeah.
But I need to find the IP. But we don't have enough time. We're trying to do it while we're trying to do shows and stuff.
All right. Steve Kelly's just about to tuck into some sausage and mash and onion gravy. What is your go-to meal if you ever go for a pub, dinner or tea? What would be your go-to meal? Like if you were going, not if you were going to a Michelin star restaurant. More about that on AOB. But if you were going like you and Sam, just say. Would it be a mixed grill, yeah.
Oh, well, why would you go for anything else?
I'd have Hunter's chicken.
Okay. I made Hunter's chicken this week.
There you go.
From scratch.
Well,
I was like Rocky chasing around.
I was going to say, yeah.
No, because we're on... I say we're not on. Slimming, my missus does Slimming World, and I just
okay, yeah.
copy.
Yeah.
I'm not, don't do, I mean, I do the weigh-ins, and I've got footies tonight,
Yeah.
So I got a piece of chicken each,
Yeah.
and I got low-fat bacon, and I wrapped it in the bacon, and I got a little bit of barbecue sauce,
Yeah.
and I got some low-fat cheese, and I did
right,
it all.
okay.
I did it all from
Superb.
scratch with some veg and a jacket potato.
Excellent.
I did that all myself.
There you go. I mean, you're even getting culinary advice from Ped.
I'm telling you. I mean, you can buy it. These are the things, you can buy it from like anywhere.
Yeah.
But you know, everything's going to be not low fat, and the cheese not going to be low fat, and the bacon's not going to be low fat, and they give you a certain amount of barbecue sauce. So
Yeah.
you can do it all yourself and just get, you know,
Excellent.
it's beautiful.
Fair play. Roderick Cassar says, "Hey boys, hey Rod. Hope you're all right."
Rod.
Hey Rod, hey boy. Joe Mack says, "We used the siren last season to kickstart our season. What can we do this season to change this run of shite?" Win games would be a start,
Burn it all down.
wouldn't it? Win games. Kane says, "Thank God there's no Everton this weekend." It is bad, isn't it bad that you're thinking like that already? Just started and I was thinking the other day, I can't wait for May. Can't wait for next pre-season. I enjoyed the pre-season games with no pressure.
I like an international weekend, no. And it's not because it's an international weekend, it's because it gives you a little bit of time and space to breathe from the relentless... I mean, it's probably different if you're winning games, of course it is.
Of course it is.
And of course, I don't want to be in the bottom three. But apparently there was a behind closed doors game today. We beat Wigan 2-1, apparently with a 90th minute winner. But I don't know what the Everton team would have been. It might be a bit laggy. I don't know why. The CPU.
Can you hear us
As long
okay?
as you can hear us, that's the main thing. It might be a bit laggy.
Can you hear us okay?
I'll try something. It means we're... Okay. I don't know if that's going to make it any better. Probably not. It's my laptop. I'm in the process of sorting it out. It's my laptop. It just runs really slow. The CPU's not running very well. So it's my laptop. So as long as you can hear us, the sound should be brilliant.
Just bear with.
The sound should be perfect.
Peter Francis is watching with 6-year-old Ryan. Hello, Ryan. Hope you're well. Hello, Peter. Of course, can't leave you out. You're watching with Ryan, so there you go. We know it's choppy. Just accept it. If you can hear us, then that is literally the most important thing. James Pirry says, "Reckon if Mourinho goes to Spurs, we'll go for Poch."
No, Man United will, won't they?
United will go for him, won't they, or Real Madrid? But probably United.
Yeah, it might be all right now. I'm getting 25 frames per second. I've just turned the cleaner off.
It'll go better now.
The CPU's just gone right down and turn the cleaner off. It might be the cleaner.
The cleaner.
It must be the cleaner. It's always cleaner,
Kick
isn't
him
it?
out.
It's always cleaner.
Cleaner ruining everything. Steve Donahue says, "Hiya lads, I know you've got plans. Can one of them get us a new manager, please? Do you think the Spurs manager is in trouble as well?"
Possibly so. I think that's on the truth.
Yeah, there you go.
The cleaner.
Spurs manager is in trouble. You know what? It'd be absolutely, for me, as an outsider,
it'd be madness.
It'd be berserk for them to sack him, given what he's done. This is his first real bad patch in a few years. They've generally done brilliantly under him. They haven't always spent loads of money every summer, have they, buying players? They just moved into a new stadium. It's the first full season in a new stadium. They got to the Champions League final. Now, okay, they've had a rough couple of weeks, but if they then sack them now, I think that's madness.
Yeah, I do.
I really do. Listen, it's on the players. Don't be, it's dead easy, isn't it, to point the fingers at managers, and it happens all the time. And listen, we've spoke about changing our manager, and for a lot of people, that'll still be the right decision. If Everton were to change Marco Silva, someone sitting not too far away from me will think it's the right decision.
Because it is the right decision.
But if we had Pochettino, and we'd had the run, if Marco Silva had the run Pochettino had, and we were having a bad run now, I wouldn't be sat here going, sack him. I'd be saying, these players are dickheads and they need to pull the finger out. That would be my That's how I would view
And
it.
also, though, I don't know who did get to replace him. If it was Mourinho, as much as I'd love Everton to have Mourinho, I'd rather have Pochettino more, because I think he's a young manager who
More long term, isn't he?
who's a long term. Well, maybe he isn't. Maybe he isn't long
Yeah,
term.
maybe he is,
Maybe
isn't
that's
he?
what's going on behind
Maybe
the
it's
scenes.
just a cycle, though.
Maybe it is the cycle. I think
Should
it's
he have, yeah, let me ask
wait.
you this, right?
Do it.
Should he have now maybe replaced his number 2 with a fresh coach?
I don't know,
You
because
know, like
I
the
don't
way
know enough about his number 2. I think the cycle problem at Spurs
Or
is
is
the
it the
players.
players,
I
yeah.
think it's the players.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't think they've replaced the players.
Yeah.
And this is when people go, oh, they're not buying people, and people go, yeah, but it's okay because they're keeping the same team every year. This is what happens. Players get old. You've got to cycle players out. Good teams have got to have the best possible players at their peak in the team at the right time.
Yeah.
And when they go past the peak, you cycle them out. That's what Ferguson used to do. That's what Wenger used to do.
Yeah.
You know, that's what you've got to do now. You've got to cycle the players out.
Kane said a Monday would be a good night for a phone-in. Monday would be a good night. I'd love, it won't happen because the pair of us are far too busy, but I'd love it to do it after the match. I think I know what I mean is I think it'd be an interesting one.
Do you know what?
But
if we could do
it's
it,
one of them.
I'd do it after. I'd tell you when it'd be good. And it would take a little bit of a sacrifice from us. Well, it's not really sacrifice. But certainly after away games, when really we don't go to away games, then we could do it. But it would mean us watching the game together in here and sacrificing. I mean, I'd be happy to do that. Baz might have different plans. He's got his lad and stuff. But certainly if we did it, if there was a game and we did it straight after an away game, I'd be happy to do that. Maybe we'll trial that.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll trial it once and
But
see
we're definitely looking as well as that. That is on me. We're definitely looking as well, though, to do it. Like a Monday night, I think, would be a really good one because
me computer's gone mad again. I'm sorry if it's gone.
You had the perfect thing. You were doing something with the screen. Just don't arse with it.
I know. My own fault.
No, it's not. It's all right. What I would say is, I think a Monday would be. I think you're right, Kane. A Monday would be good because what you'd also get as well, even if we'd done it on the Saturday as well, but you get that
After the match, it'd be brilliant.
Yeah.
Though.
No, it would, but I'm saying, even the Monday as well, even if we'd done it after the match, because you get the cool-down period and a little bit of fallout. Or,
Do we want the kill down?
no, but I'm talking for us with patrons and stuff. I think you're getting good quality stuff then as well. And what we really need to do, we said we'll do this and we have never done it, is like a hangout for some of our American patrons who can get involved in it. No, it is, but we could do, I don't know. Well,
but
these are all things for the future,
it's difficult
obviously.
with them. I'd happily allow if any Americans, and I broached a subject in the summer of putting together some kind of video for Americans, but then when I worked out time differences alone would just be a killer. And for me personally, or you, so if there was someone who wanted to put a video together and do something with that on our behalf, whether it be patrons or whether it be for the wider community in America, then you can happily do it. And
I think we should do that.
But it would just be difficult for us to do it because of the time zones. I mean, just one time zone to the other would be bad enough.
No, but if we done something at like midnight, for like even in our, like when we used to do hangout, we done one once when
That's fine.
I thought that was really good. We had a couple on. I thought that was really good.
That's fine, but then that's 7 o'clock New York. But then,
But it's still 5 o'clock for them. Yeah, have to see. But these are just all things that we're throwing around. It's by no means, what we're definitely going to do or whatever, and what technology allows you to do and everything else. But a Monday night, I think, is an interesting one, Kane. Like this show on a Monday, if we could do something.
let me get one of these laptop Apple Macs up to speed,
and then see where we go with that.
Yeah, and then
Because you were, to be fair, Ped was looking at it a while ago, but it was obviously different things take up the time, don't they? But Owen Park says, excellent podcast last night. Interesting to see the differences of opinion or in opinion. The podcast was good. It was really good, and it was good. We did all have slightly different opinions on different things, and that's sometimes when is the best listen, really, isn't it? Because you're getting a different viewpoint, so you'd agree with. You might agree with all of us collectively, or one of us, or whatever, or you might have just agreed with me, or Ped, or Andy on his own, who knows?
Yeah.
But I always think they're the most interesting.
I don't take it personally. People don't agree with me.
Listen, people have got to get away from and see it on Twitter all the time. Seen it with Dave Feely this week. He just literally made a comment about the Man City game, and people are like, dickhead him and all. And it's like, when people have an opinion, You don't have to agree with it, and that's fine. But why are people dickheads if they've got a different opinion from you?
I seen it with the Radio City stuff.
That's what I mean.
About Benitez, I seen people. Oh no, but it's like instead of just saying, oh, you know, I seen when people just go, just go. No, I wouldn't have Benitez because
end off
because personally for me, I'm saying this what someone might say. Personally for me, I don't like the fact that he said this. So that's fine. 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 I used to feel like that, but now I don't feel like that, and that's.
But that's okay.
That's fine.
And it's even okay if you think, I just don't want him, I don't like him or whatever. It's not, you're a dickhead for that opinion.
Yeah.
It's just like, people are just so weird. And mainly they're like frustrated little kids who normally spout the shit, or frustrated old fellas. But you know what?
I guarantee you,
live and let live. Just go, if you don't agree with someone, I see some opinions and I go, nah, I don't agree with that.
But I guarantee you that if you brought them in and put them on the couch and said, let's have a chat about Benitez or whatever, they wouldn't go, you're completely wrong.
No, of course they wouldn't front it up. They wouldn't front it, mate. That's as simple as that. Owen Park says, apart from Ollie, Silva and Pochettino, is there any other manager you think will be under pressure at the moment?
No.
I don't think there's any other ones. I'll tell you the only one, and I've only seen this because Adam Levantal, if that's how you say his name, Levantal, said Kiko Sanchez Flores is under pressure.
And Watford managers always.
They're always under. Well, he hasn't won a game, has he? And he come in because the other fella hasn't won a game either. So, but then again, I can't see that happening at the moment. I think you've got to let him settle down.
That would be madness.
It'd be stupid. Other than that, I don't think there's anyone. I think 3 high-profile clubs, aren't they? Everton, even though people might go, Everton aren't a big club, they're still a high-profile club because the money they spend and what we're like as fans.
When Watford changed their manager, I was in Wales and I saw barely anything regarding that. Like I didn't have like Sky Sports News, so but I didn't. It was an international weekend as well, and I barely saw anything about it. Whereas if Everton sacked the manager right now, you know for a fact,
oh God,
like they sacked their manager and got a new manager within an hour, and it was just like, yeah, Watford have got a new manager, and I don't know whether that's because that's where they are as a club, but I know that if we sacked our manager, it would be big news. Yeah. And obviously if Spurs sacked theirs, it'd be big news, and if Man United, it'd be the biggest news. Yeah. So, but we don't have to justify ourselves.
Anybody else though, I don't see other at the moment people being.
No, I think everyone's.
I'll tell you who might be, but I don't know. Is Hassan Huttle?
No.
Do you not think?
No.
Because they just keep getting spanked.
But I think that they're higher than us.
No, but he's been in that job a long time, but they haven't.
What are you? I don't have any expectations for Southampton.
No, I'm talking about them. I don't think they.
Me. I don't think they have. I don't think they have any expectations.
Don't you? No. Oh, fair enough. I was just saying one who might be. I don't know. Maybe not. James Piddy says, what club do you reckon Mourinho was talking about then in England? Personally, can't see him coming to us.
I don't know. It's a difficult one. I just don't think he'd go to Spurs. I don't think he would.
I think he would. I think he would. I just don't know whether they would. No. They'd have him because I don't think. To be honest, I don't think they are as close to sacking Pochettino as other people are making out. I think Levy's probably sat there going, "Shut up," when they're going on about this. The players need to look at themselves.
How much do you think though that is Mourinho just sort of creating headlines for himself to get into a maybe force someone into giving him, not force someone into giving him a job, but you know, pushing an agenda to get a job.
It's clever, isn't it? It's clever. Listen, people can go on about. It makes me laugh. I was talking to a couple of the Red Men lads the other day. Not the main ones. It was not Chris or Paul. It was Ross.
They don't even work here anymore.
No, it was Ross who's sound. Yeah. And it was Ben who's less sound, but he's all right.
He's not that he's not sound. It's just that he's like, he keeps himself to himself and you don't know whether you can have a joke with him.
No, but also, I think he's a wool.
No, what he is
and his opinion is mad.
What he is a lad who's not from Liverpool. Yeah. For a start.
Those are Pythons.
No, I did not even suggest that. What I meant was, he's not from Liverpool. He's an iPad Red.
Yeah, he's a massive iPad Red.
And he's also part of a generation that wants to be. I'm not saying he wants to become famous, but he does. I'm not saying that at all. But as part of his thing to get bigger, he's done some of those celebration-y videos. Yeah. To be fair, Paul and Chris have as well.
Oh,
so, and he.
And Dave ripped him for doing it, didn't he? When he done it. But they do it now, yeah.
They've done it.
Paul does
it on his own channel.
Yeah, it's weird. It's the weirdest thing ever. It is, I think, the weirdest thing ever, even though Paul is sound, to be fair. But I was talking to back to the story, I was talking to Ben the other day, and they were like, you know, what manager do you reckon you'll get if you sack the manager? And I was like, don't know, go and get Mourinho. And he was like, I love the way you say that, just go and get Mourinho, like it's like that. And I went, Ben, he's a kid. So I was like, when you've watched it, I always say, when people are disrespectful like that to Everton, I just give the owl. Wait till you've watched footy a bit longer, mate, then you'll understand it. But what that translates to is football's predominantly about money and opportunity. Now, if you're Jose Mourinho and you're looking around and you want a job in the Premier League, yeah, or Real Madrid, right?
He's been out of work for what?
So he's out of work for 9
months.
9 months, isn't it? Was it Christmas, wasn't it?
Yeah.
10 months, whatever, right? He's out of work. Who's he going to get a job with in the Premier League? The top clubs, United aren't taking him back. Chelsea won't take him back, and they don't need to. You've got Lampard. Liverpool, as if. Man City, what? And Arsenal wouldn't have him, I don't believe. No. So straight away, your top 6 are off limits immediately. Yeah. So then you've got Spurs, but I don't see them sacking Pochettino, but you don't know, so you can never say never. And then after Tottenham, it's Everton. Because any other pretender, West Ham are happy with Pellegrini, Leicester are happy with Rodgers. So already you're halfway down the Premier League. So when people go, as if Everton could get Jose Mourinho, the answer is, of course they could get Jose Mourinho. If Mashiri wanted him and went through and went, all right, let's have a meeting. We've got this amount of money. We'll pay you, I don't know, £8 million a year, for argument's sake. Or more, you know, whatever, 200 grand a week, 10 million a year to be our manager, and we'll give you, we spend 100 million every transfer window, but you also are expected to recoup some of that, and we've got a director of football, as if he's going to go, nah, he'd just go, right, let me think about it, and he'd look and go, well, hang on, they're a big club. He's always, and this is on record, said how amazing our fans are. I remember they beat us 1-0 once down there, late on, and I think Robin scored. We got beat 1-0 years ago. And he turned around and went, they had 2,500 fans making more noise than 40. He said, I wish our fans were like them. And all. He said, Goodison's the hardest place to go, the crowd. So he likes the fans, he likes the passion. And someone like Mourinho, I think, would come in. I know I sent you the coaches thing, my next club and all that. What he was saying in that video, because people were going, he said like 6th, 7th and 8th, well, that's us ruled out. We don't want to be 6th, 7th and 8th though. We want to be a Champions League club or certainly a team that tries to get in that Champions League. So I think he would come in, and you said this a few times, he'd make it them against us. Yeah. He'd unite us and go, listen, all these laugh at us for blah, blah, blah. Get behind the team. He's a brilliant tactician. People talk about, yeah, but what about the mess he leaves the club in? Well, you know what? Marcel Brands is there to protect against that mess. Yeah. So I honestly think if Everton went to him and offered him a deal on the table, I think he'd be very tempted. Also reading, there's an article in The Athletic today, Paddy done it, about Andy Robinson. And Joe Williams. Joe Williams. And it's like life after Everton. And some of the things Joe Williams is like, I don't believe that Everton should have bought players, blah, 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 when there's a young player. Fine, but what they do say at the end is, but can't can't say enough about Brands. Yeah. It says at the bottom, anytime he needed to pick up the phone, he was always there. You know, anything whatsoever, Brands was there for us if we needed it. He said, so can't fault him at all. He was brilliant, absolutely brilliant. And that's that's telling you that he's there as that. He's the overseer, isn't he? Yeah, he's there to look after people. You know, look after people's careers, whether it be, you know, we were at Finch Farm that time when we met Holgate's dad. Yeah. Holgate's dad said, I'll watch you, I love your show. And he said, I'm going in now for a meeting with him to discuss the future plan. That was before he'd gone to West Brom. So obviously he'd sat down and said, and he was saying, I see him as a right back, he sees himself as a centre back, blah, blah, blah. And he said, you know, so, Brands is not just, he's not aloof to the situation. Sometimes I think maybe when you see him, he looks... Someone said to me yesterday, he works 2 months of the year, the cheeky bastard. No, he doesn't. He doesn't. And I was like, that's utter nonsense. Absolute nonsense.
I think at times you see him as one thing, like, and I've said it myself, you know, he's cold because he seems cold because he's got to be cold and calculated. But at the same time, I think there's obviously a warmthness to him to look after people, because he knows he has to look at, one of the big parts of his job is looking after the younger players and putting them on. And if he has to have a conversation and go, you know, we think it'd be better for you to go and play somewhere else, then, you know, so they think so I think him running the club and the coaching the club and managing the first team, I think that's what's got to take us forward.
Yeah.
You know, and I think, so I'd love Mourinho. Do I think it's realistic? It's convincing Mourinho, isn't it? But it's also convincing.
But what you'd have to admit, though, it isn't unrealistic.
It's not pie in the sky.
Is it? It's not
pie in
unrealistic.
The sky.
It's just wood.
I also think that actually you might need to convince Moshiri as well, or Bill Kenwright, and Brands. That's the point. That's part of it.
The whole thing is and people have said to me, but what about Mourinho comes in and then he leaves the club in a mess, or Brands goes, and you're like, first and foremost, and they said this about Benitez, if he comes in, Brands goes, and you're like, no, they would only get the job if they agree to work within our structure. The structure's there now for Everton. The structure is in place. So if they agree to come and work within the structure.
Yeah, it's mad, that.
It's just people's view. There was another plug for the Athletic, but Paddy had also done one about the under-18s and the youth team and all, because they got bounced 6-1 by Liverpool on Saturday, didn't they, the 18s? And apparently the game was mad because it shouldn't have been. It wasn't a 6-1, but it was. You know, that's what it ended. But in that article, he talks about speaking to people at Finch Farm, and everyone seems to love Marcel Brands. Yeah. And I spoke to Paddy myself last night away from the article, and he said everyone I've spoke to at Finch Farm just says he's incredible. Yeah. His knowledge and his enthusiasm and what he wants to do. It's a clear plan now, right through. So, you know, I'm not worried about Mourinho coming in. Kane also says, would Mourinho come to Everton? And have we approached him in the past? What did he say? After Martinez sacked, we went for him. We did go for him, and apparently, we had talks with his agent, and apparently he was very, very interested in the job. And then United came in, because United were also at that stage where they needed a big name. Yeah. And so we went to United, which you could understand. They were closer, they were higher up the league than we were. But Mourinho was very interested. Now, Everton missed out on Thomas Tuchel a couple of times. And it would annoy me if we missed out on Mourinho this time, because he's that's if we choose to sack the manager, of course. Mm-hmm. Saying this without Marco Silva's our manager, and I still respect him, he needs to make some changes. But what I'm saying is, if Everton choose that route, then Jose Mourinho is a world-class coach who's out there. And I've seen a few people to me today saying they don't want him. And I'm like, he's finished. And it's like, he's the most decorated coach out there, out of anyone. And if he's out of work.
Someone commented on the video I did on Radio City saying they'd rather watch Everton play in the conference than have Rafa Benitez be the manager. I mean, I just don't know how you can have I just don't know how you can have an opinion like that. I just really don't know how you can be so entrenched in your dislike for somebody that, you know, that would be your opinion. I really don't.
It is berserk. It's berserk. Whether you like him or not, you can't deny that Jose Mourinho, Rafa Benitez are top quality coaches. You mightn't want them, and that's fine. I'm not saying you should want Mourinho, but to say things like he's finished or laughing at him, he's crap and this, that and the other, it's nonsense. And Benitez is a brilliant coach. I don't particularly love him. And I've said, in fact, my instant match reaction after last year's game at Goodison, I called them the Spanish Sam Allardyce, because that's what they were like, Newcastle. Yeah. They were very much like an Allardyce team. He's obviously much better, and with better players, it'd be a much better version of that. But you know what? He gets results, and maybe we're at a stage where we need a manager that gets results. I don't know, Kane, you go up and down the country watching Everton, and Steve does, and people like that. You know, we're all season ticket holders and everything else, and the people from America, Gary Ward and people like that, get up all hours of the night to watch Everton. We all see the same thing. Aren't we all fed up of not even looking like we're going to win a trophy or challenge anyone? Don't you want someone who gives you that hope that, you know what, we're playing Liverpool at Anfield on Wednesday, but we've got a master tactician in charge of us, so we're going to give ourselves an opportunity rather than going, oh, I hope we turn up at Anfield, I hope it goes well for us. Imagine going to Anfield with Mourinho in the other dugout. Straight away, they don't like him, so he's in their head. You know, and I don't know, it is what it is, but to laugh it off and go, we haven't got a hope, to me shows that you don't really understand how football is. Because I don't think anything's impossible anymore. I laughed my head off when Liverpool went for Klopp. Honestly, I did. I was like, as if he would touch them. They were below Everton.
Time and place, though, isn't
right?
it?
But they knew he was free and he was available.
Do you know what it's like? But I know what the equivalent is, right?
Yeah.
Genuinely, this is what the equivalent is. And take it whichever way you want this, right?
Yeah.
If we'd gone to Man United
when
Wayne Rooney was 26 and said, we want him back, they've just gone, no.
Yeah.
They've just gone, no chance. And he would have gone, no chance. And maybe a couple of years, the same thing would have happened. And I remember us sitting here loads of times going, should we get Rooney back? And people were like, he will never come back. And then you get to a point in where things suit people.
Yeah.
And when Rooney was 30 years of age, United were happy to let him go. And we wanted him. And
he wants him.
And it was the perfect time to cross over. And I think it could be something similar for Mourinho in terms of what his options are and how he rebuilds his not necessarily rebuilds his career, just rebuilds his reputation more than anything. And I think he needs to go back to basics and start again, building up that career again, because he's obviously still hungry for it. He still wants to do it, and that's okay. That's like people will go, well, then you're saying, well, Mourinho's, you've got like a tainted version of Mourinho. Yeah, we have.
Well, we haven't got top level Mourinho, have we? Because he'd still be in a job, wouldn't he?
We wouldn't get top level Mourinho, but it's like anything at Everton.
Then how do we get to where we want to go?
Everton have always been really good for some people at rebuilding their careers, and I can give you loads of examples in the last 15 years. You can have your Pinas and then, but then you can have people like Kevin Campbell and people like that and go, Everton have got a track record of getting,
Tim Howard,
wonky fruit.
Tim Howard, up until the last couple of years, was a good goalie for Everton. And Phil Neville was good for Everton until he went. With the problem Everton had is that because of the money issue, we ended up having to play players when they were on the turn. Like making a cup of tea when that milk, when you pour the milk into your tea and the white bits are on the top, but it doesn't quite smell off, but it doesn't quite, but you still, it's one of, you'd rather not. You'd rather have it's in here, these. That's why I made you get some milk on the way in today. On the YouTube, Andrew Ryan says, hey guys, any chance of a Jose Mourinho chant after the final whistle if West Ham game goes tits up? Well, I'm not going to start it, mate, obviously. Peter Francis says, one thing we can't do is sack him with no plan in place like that time. Peter, I think absolutely everybody would agree with you there, mate, honestly. And if people don't agree with you, then the bananas, they literally are. David Robertson said, could Lewis Boa-Morte be the problem? Any rumours how the players are taken to him? I haven't heard anything, to be honest, about Boa-Morte. Could he be the problem? He might be the problem in the fact that the manager hasn't worked with him long enough to understand his way of working or to trust what he's saying. Because I noticed in pre-season a lot of times, he went to the other coach rather than Boa-Morte at times. So, whereas he'd always go to João Pedro. So I don't know. Peter Francis says also find it baffling how they can put his future on one game, saying he's got West Ham to save his job. Do you think Brands is sounding people out now, being negligent if he wasn't? He probably is.
Hopefully.
He probably is. Ian Lyon says, even the lads cracking podcast and footy show. Thank you, Ian. And I'm with you both when you say we need stability before we move. We do, though. John Crellin says, I remember when we got Koeman and Baz, you said that last we have a proper manager. For him, it was a stepping stone for Barca. If we got Pochettino and he did well, then it would be Real Madrid. If you remember, though, John, I didn't actually want Koeman at the time. But when we got him, I looked and thought, we've got this fella who's got a good standing in the game. On the touchline, he's a proper foot, and I thought the players had reacted to that. A few months in, the doubts were starting to creep in, obviously, but then Lukaku helped him along, didn't he? But then that next summer, and we talked about it, the pre-season, we were both like that. I don't think he knows what he's doing.
It's horrendous.
And then it got worse and worse and worse. So it's a bit like Martinez with me. I didn't want Martinez, and he come in the first season. He kind of glossed over everything.
He's another with the pre-seasons.
And his pre-season was awful, but Martinez benefited from Moyes' defence, didn't he? And then when he was on him to turn it on, he couldn't do it. So, Roderick Cassar says, do you think Sigurdsson's pace and positioning is the main problem with our creativity? He can't get past players, and even though he tries to press, he can't get there in time. I think his pace is a problem. I think if you're going to play Gylfi Sigurdsson, and I wouldn't at the moment, but just because I wouldn't at the moment, that doesn't mean I discount him from the squad, because I feel as though he's got quality. But what I would do is, a few Iceland journalists have said this, play him further back, play him in a number 8 role so he has to get on the ball and he's deeper, because he can pick a pass, Gylfi. The issue you have where he's playing at the moment is he's not a striker, but he's up there with Dom. And you're right, when he does the press, he's not mobile enough to drop back in. And he just wants to go to the right all the time in that position. And it cloaks up that area of the pitch. I'd drop him at the moment. But like I say, I wouldn't discount him. But one thing I wouldn't do is play him where he's playing ever again, because he's not good enough to play there. He's not, though.
No.
He's not mobile enough.
Do you think that, I was just thinking then, with Bob Mourinho.
Oh, yeah.
Do you think maybe one of the issues which could stop Mourinho coming to Everton would be that he would look at the squad and just simply would think it wasn't good enough to do what he wanted to do in his first season? Do you think that might be one of the issues? Because I do think that could be an issue. Where
but then again, is he a good coach? Or
no, that's what I'm saying. No, I'm just saying no.
He's gone off.
Stream gone down. I don't know how long that's been down for.
Okay.
No, it's down. It stopped streaming. I don't know why though. Weird. I don't know where it went off. You might have to do
Kane again.
Kane again.
Okay. Are we back?
Yeah, it's back on. I don't know why it went off.
It went off. Right, Kane, let's go. Let's do yours again, because yours was good. Right. Where are we? Yeah. Right. Kane says, we need to appoint a manager with a fantastic CV. I actually don't think we've ever done that. I remember you lads saying after we sacked Koeman, they need to list their targets and work their way down it. I'm sure Jose would come. He said his family lives in England, in London, I think. This is why I want Silva gone. There's no direction and he isn't changing anything. What are we waiting around for? It's just going to be like sacking Koeman again, and it'll be too late and will be another pointless season. Club need to act now. Sorry for the rant. Well, there's no rant, like I've just said, before we froze. This is what we're here for. So get it off your chest. Gary Ward would love to get up at R5 and watch you win. Before I carry on there, Carla Creighton says, can you tell Pete Francis from his wife to get painting? Never mind live at 5.
Is right, Carla?
Well in, Carla, you tell him. Where are we? Adam Galloway, when people say Brands is looking at other managers, surely a Doff's job is looking at every single position, so surely no one should be safe. You're right, Adam, and people are just saying, is he looking? And we're assuming that he is, but I'm sure he is. It's not like he hasn't, he's never done this job before.
No.
So Teddy Sass says, you can disagree with someone, it doesn't mean you have to hate them. Some angry people out there on social media, luckily it doesn't represent real life. You're right, Teddy. Some weird, strange people. Simon Rouse says, I think we need to move in now, replacing Silva. If Jose or Benitez are interested in coming, then we need to take advantage while one of them is available. Liverpool did it with Klopp. Sometimes the right move is to cut your losses when a better manager is available before he goes elsewhere. And that's the worry, isn't it? That one of them gets snapped up somewhere else and we've sat on our hands. Ian Lyon says, I think that with Josie, the players would have to pull their weight or warm the bench because he doesn't suffer fools, and players who've played for him love and respect him. You're right, Ian, and that's probably one thing where maybe Marco, it isn't really happening for him at the moment. Are they really pulling the tripe out for him? Are they worried about being benched? Are they worried about what he's going to say at half-time or at full-time?
Yeah, I don't know if he's got, the respect of them. But
and do you think they look worried about walking off the pitch when they've lost?
No, I don't think they could care less. I said this yesterday. I don't think we've got a set of players that actually care about.
I think some do. But then it's collective, isn't it? It's collective. It's how many of them do.
I just don't think enough of them actually hurts them losing.
Yeah.
And will do anything not to lose. Whereas fans hate every time you lose.
Yeah.
And
do you think that comes solely from the manager? Does it come from them? Does it come from the not being winners?
But if they haven't got it, I'm not saying you've got to make them believe.
Yeah.
You've got to make them love the club. You've got to make them, and this is what Moyes did.
And you've got to make them understand.
This is what Moyes loved, and this is what, like, whether you like these players, it's what Ferguson had in his locker. It's what Cahill had in his locker. It's what when people say, you know, once Everton's touched it, it's like, have these people been actually touched by Everton enough? And I know we've said in the past, why would some players love the club? And it's a bit of a catch-22 situation, but I don't know. I think a good manager would instill it in them, though, would actually demand it from them, demand that. And then where that comes from as well, though, is making changes and recognising where players need to be left out. You've not done enough. I don't care what you've done or what you've won or who you are. There's a kid over there who run through brick walls for this club, and you know what? If we put him out, I know he'll do that. And what he lacks in maybe ability, he'll make up for by running through brick walls. And a lot of players have made very, very good careers for themselves by doing those kind of things. So,
well, it's like it was like Arteta, wasn't it? He come in from Spain and he says that the club, Cahill and Ferguson and all them, and Cahill says the same, Ferguson and Tony Hibbert and Ozzy give him that, and then Arteta demanded that from people, and he loved it, and other players loved it because of it. So I don't know whether that is there anymore. I think the problem you've got partly is it's modern day footballers, and we're seeing that at Spurs now, aren't we? They spit the dummy at every opportunity. So it's people like Klopp. How is he able to continue? Is it recycling some of the players as well? Yes.
No, I mean, Klopp...
Is it taking... Is he leading from the front?
Klopp is a brilliant example. Klopp is a brilliant example, whether you like him or you don't like him, whether you don't like the chest pumping and all that.
I don't, but I think he's a great coach.
I do. I think what he does is it's not fake for a start. So I'm not saying I want my manager to just do that. But what I would say with Klopp is, and we've said this before, we talked about it, Klopp has made every single player better. Yeah. And he's took players that some people didn't think were any good, like Robertson. He's took players like Mane that look just not average, but just good players, but not great players.
Yeah.
His front three, he's made them world-class players, all three of them, and they weren't world-class players.
No.
He's elevated his midfield. He's took... Both his full-backs are brilliant. Van Dijk. Was Van Dijk a world-class centre-back when he went to Liverpool? No, but he saw it in him and he made him it. And anyone he puts next to him gets elevated because that. And anyone he puts in the team. And what he does is, and what he's done is, I seen someone say this the other day, and it was the best thing you can say about anyone at a football club, is he brought them all together. Fans, owner, players, and he put them all on the same page. And he said, you don't see Liverpool fans on Twitter arguing about little petty things.
No.
He said they all understand every decision. So if Klopp makes a decision, you just go, I trust him and I trust why he's doing it. And that's a big part of it. And it's one of the things we don't have. So you end up having all these petty squabbles. And I've said loads of times I would love a manager like that who brings everyone together. And that's what Moyes done when he come to Everton, whether you like him or not. When he came to Everton, by saying straight away what he said about the fans on the street at Evertonians, you know, it's the people's club. He gave us a little bit of... He showed us respect and he gave us back our pride. And within 27 seconds, I've seen Unsworth smash one in and see us win 2-1.
Everyone
Suddenly
believed.
you are like, this fella gets us.
I remember going to Derby the week later singing We Are the People's Club, because that's what he'd said.
I remember going to Newcastle for the third game. We got beat 6-2. But you know what? We showed pride and heart and we had to go. And we stayed up.
We got it to 2-2, didn't we, at half time?
We were winning.
We were on Dunk score, but then we were 2-1 down. We got it back to 2-2.
And then they just battled.
But they were good, weren't they?
Destroyed us with his pace. They just destroyed us because we had...
Kieran Dyer and people like that.
We had old centre-backs. But the point being was...
Bellamy.
He united our fan base together. He brought us all together.
Yeah.
So that...
And I remember that, to me, the first few years of Moyes were my best years following Everton. And the reason why is because of my age. So we used to all go out, win, lose or draw. You'd be out after the match and you'd enjoy it. And there was a spirit, and you'd go into town and you'd go to bars, and people enjoyed being an Evertonian. That's what I'd say to you. People enjoyed. And you know what, Kane can tell you this, because he knows it. He goes on the coach every week, and I've been on his coach. And I know how much my brother-in-law goes on that coach now, and I know how much they all love it. It's a little collective, and it's win, lose or draw. But because they're on the coach together and they all know each other, it's like a mini version of what we all felt in the early years of Moyes. It was this pride of being an Evertonian, and it didn't matter whether we won, lost or draw. You were proud of being an Evertonian. It was us against the world, and I just want that back. That's all I want back. I want that back, and I don't know whether we can ever fully get it back because of social media. But we still had internet, then we still had the forums. But I want that. I just want that feeling back of going, do you know what? We got beat today, but we had a go.
Yeah.
You know what? The manager played the right players in the right position and has got the right characters in this team, and we tried. And you know what? We haven't got any jokers in our team because our manager doesn't stand for it. And you could clearly see where the problems were when Moyes came in. And he just went, right, Gaza, sorry mate, see you later. Ginola, sorry mate, see you later. And he went, right, young players, come in, Tony Hibbert, next, following year, Leon Osman. Went looking for all the characters, best characters at the club. I'd murder with Duncan Ferguson all the time. Whether you believe he had fist fights or whatever, I'd murder with Ferguson. But it was all to make Everton a better team. And I honestly, I truly miss that about being an Evertonian. Because I just don't think it exists anymore. Where we're all, and that is what Klopp's done for Liverpool. And you know what, whether Liverpool had won stuff or not, I don't think anyone would have a problem with him as a Red. I know when he took all the Liverpool players down to the Kop and did the whole thing, what he was saying to them was, all right, we haven't won the game, but you stuck with us and we stuck with you, and we're all on the same page. And when he was telling fans, why are you leaving with 10 minutes to go? And I'm not talking about the protest. I'm talking about when he said to the fans, why are you all getting off? I need you all here. And he took the fans on and said, I need you all at the stadium. Don't be getting off for 5 minutes to go if we're not winning the game. You stay here till the end of the game, because this team needs you. When they see people, they see people getting off. They're like, hang on, where are these people going? It distracts them from what they need to be doing. And I would absolutely love some of that at Everton. And I'd love it. No, but that's exactly what we need. And I think someone like Mourinho could do that for us. I think Benitez would do that. All right, maybe not fist bumping or coming out and saying these things, but I think he'd put us all on the same page. And I think that's desperately what Everton Football Club need. And one of the ways you get that is stability, understanding what your club wants and where it's going. And I just don't think we've got that. And until we get it, we're just going to be like this all the time, and we ain't going to win anything, because you need stability to win things.
What a way to finish the show. Brilliant rant. Well, it wasn't a rant, it was just an explanation of what we all probably want. So, what a great way. He'll finish with Ian Lyons' comment. Jose lost his job at United because Pogba and Lukaku ruled the dressing room, and Woodward supported them and not Jose. If Marshall hires him, he'll support him when players think they're bigger than the club. Spot on, Ian. Absolutely spot on. Thanks very much for joining us.
It was a bit choppy.
A bit choppy, but you've been able to hear us.
I'm going to get it on the other laptop, the better laptop.
It'll be sorted, don't worry. Thanks for joining us. Have a great Everton-free weekend. There's obviously AOB and stuff out tomorrow. Check that out. The footy show's out now. And we'll see you all again on Monday. See you later.